introduce Karman Johnson-Vega, a 2012 Fellow in Nonfiction.
I'm blindfolded, that's why you can't see anything. Chapter 3, it's not all about me. First of all, he's not a man, he's a monster, the district attorney said, making a strong impact upon my consciousness. Mr. Coster stared right into my eyes as he laid bare the truth about Joseph Peter Richardson's crimes. His anger was not directed at me, rather it was directed against the degenerate on my behalf. Richardson had watched a mother and her daughter for many months, working up the nerve to break into their home where he severely beat the protective mother, then raped the daughter. He went on to tell how Richardson, emboldened by his victory, attacked another Citrus Valley woman on her front lawn as she went out to fetch the morning newspaper. Her 8-year-old son watched petrified from the open doorway as Richardson wrestled with the screaming woman until finally he just kicked her in the stomach, called her a bitch, and ran away. Neighbors witnessed the very end of the confrontation and came out to help the woman who'd screamed so loud she lost her voice for 2 weeks. Then there's what he did to you, Kay. 48 counts of the charges are what he did to you. What penalty should I request for such a piece of garbage? He paused, waiting for an answer to a question I thought had been rhetorical. I don't know, I began. I'm not a professional. I don't know about sentencing and what's fair. I guess that would be up to a judge and jury to decide. He glared back at me, unimpressed. So I said, I think he's sick. He needs help. With that, Mr. Costner reeled around in his giant leather wingback chair, grabbing a binder from behind the desk, and literally threw it out onto the desk between us. It landed loudly, open face to what was obviously a bunch of crime scene photos. The swift and almost hostile gesture caught me off guard. Sick, he cried. Needs help, he scoffed, pointing to an image of a mattress covered with sheets soaked in blood. That's what he did to the one who fought back. Broke her jaw in 3 places, beat her senseless, left her dying unconscious in a pool of her own blood with severe nerve damage. Permanent nerve damage. Then he took her daughter off into the other room and raped her vaginally and anally. She screamed for her mother, not sure if she was alive or dead. He paused, heaving and almost breathless. Oh, no. I don't want to look at these pictures. There's so much blood. I close my eyes and immediately I'm transported back to the night the predator had blindfolded me. I'm standing motionless, strangely calm, like in a trance. I'm flashing back to the sound of the sickening hop, skip, and a jump pounce from behind, and the guess who hand over my eyes like a mischievous yet welcome old friend, to the explosion of adrenaline fled and the desperate sinking feeling at the sudden realization of encountering purely evil intentions. The deep voice said, "Be quiet, I'll cut you if you scream." I said to myself, oh no, Kay, what have you gotten yourself into now? This is the worst case scenario. All previously imagined exit strategies, when realized improbable, instantly fly out the window. There is a voice in my ear giving commands. There is a knife at my throat keeping me still. There is an unfathomable calm washing over me, and facing the end of the path, there is only the soul's inner monologue. I thought of those Native Americans, you know, the ones riding into battle screaming, "It is a good day to die." And I thought it was. I must have said that last part aloud, breaking from the trance. "Was what?" said Mr. Costner. "A good day to die," I reported. Mr. Costner began telling me that if we went easy on him, treated him as someone who was not responsible for his actions due to mental illness, it would be a grievous injustice. "I'm sorry, I didn't know," I said, ashamed of my naivete. Mr. Costner added with fatherly protective compassion, "He'd have done the same to you, Kay, if you had resisted." The serial criminal was becoming increasingly more violent with each attack. He was evolving from rapist into rapist murderer. I felt my throat tighten. I wanted to cry. Put him away for as long as possible. Seek the maximum sentence, I stated, cold as the icy blade.